Okay, that brings us to Saeed at the top of the round. Going to charge the field Rendil Qatar. And he is going to let loose some of his anger. The blade seems to shimmer red again. Hasn't done that in your entire adventure. He's got a lot of anger to throw around today, it seems. And we'll take two great sword attacks, or three actually. It's pretty efficient. Let's see, 16. First attack isn't enough. He similarly realizes he's got to chop a little harder if he wants to hurt this thing. Second attack definitely hits, and third attack 17 is not quite enough. So let's see how much damage he does. It is 11 points of slashing damage. Now that he's sort of awakened his psionic potential through the blade, he's getting a bit more psychic damage these days. 14, 17 points of psychic damage. Yeah, he seems to be blasting a little bit harder now that he is like really falling into his anger these days. And that's it, because only one attack, and then he will bonus action Astral Step to get out of harm's way and prepare to charge again. All right, that's going to bring us to Thalia. As a reminder, you're all blessed. Very easy to forget bless. She goes,
Thank you.
no problem. She goes, oh, I just wanted to try this. And she points her flaming rose stave into the air. It glows brightly, and then she sort of brings it down and taps her staff on the ground. She's going to cast Flame Strike at 6th level. Fifth. So that's going to be an extra d6 for each. Dex save on the big man. Wow. He rolled the dice. He has that magic resistance. He doesn't really get out of the way. He's too focused on Arendelle, but something about his form seems to ward away magic, just pure and simple. And he is going to only take half damage. So let's do this damage. So he's going to take half on the radiant. His body resisted it. So that's going to be brought down to 13 points of damage. And because he is technically a demon, he's going to take a quarter fire damage. His body resisted it. Okay, and that is that. Thalia is pretty capable, but yeah, that'll be that for now. Oh sure. She's burning through them pretty quickly. Bisan, it is your turn. You like, oh fuck. You gotta get back to your feet. What do you do?
How far am I away?
You prone position, but to get into melee, that's 20 feet. So you're 25 feet away from me.
Okay, so that is exactly what she needs because her movement base is 40 right now. So I'm going to stand up.
Right, run
I'm
back
going
in
to
bravely.
run back in, hit him 3 times, and bamf out.
Okay.
So, and I'm going to remember that I'm blessed and I can roll that little bit of extra.
Yeah, sometimes it's all you need.
Uh Holy cow, but that is still probably not gonna do it. Okay. I mean, let's do the whole part and parcel. 6 plus 11 is 17, plus 1 is 18.
18 is just shy. I'm sorry to say, on
I
a 19 AC.
I had he's like I said, he's pretty tough. Let's
Tough boy.
yeah, he is.
We're all proud of Rendell. You can
Let's check out these other two.
little
Okay.
Minotaur monster.
Okay. So
It's the same AC, so we're good.
Oh yeah. There you go.
so for this one is 21 to hit.
21 will hit. Yeah.
21 will hit. Excellent. So actually I need to check something on my sheet because now that I am focusing on powers. Yes, I am. All right, cool. So this is going to do 8 radiant plus 3 psychic damage.
Okay. 8 radiant plus 3 psychic.
And then I've got one more hit. That's not bad. 16, 27 plus a d4, 29.
29 will hit.
Awesome. Same deal. That is a 16 plus the psychic damage, which is 3, so 19 damage.
19 damage. Psychic radiant again.
Yes. And now she is going to sidestep. It's a misty step. 30 feet away.
And this is no bonus action required?
That is my bonus action.
I thought you were using your bonus action to make extra attacks.
Shit, you're right. Never mind. I'm stay here.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
No
I forgot.
Oh, good. Just
it's new stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
But yeah,
no
I'm a stay here and get hit again.
Well, probably not, because this guy is zoned in on Orendil, and is going to. It is very hurt, by the way, this failed creature, but in this sort of like lust, it doesn't honorably submit to your greater strength. Rather, still, it continues to sort of brutally fight through all of its pain wounds. It is going to make a brutal gore attack against you, Orendil. Brutal gore. That's a natural 20.
That's a silvery barbs.
That's a silvery barbs. I was waiting for that. Good job. That one is going to be 27 to hit.
Yeah, it still is.
Still hits, but very, very good that it's not. It's not the alternative.
That does sound good.
Terrifically more. Even the spirit of whoever, like the creature, I was like, oh, I didn't mean that to do that.
I'll give advantage to Sayeed just because, I don't know. Why not?
Why not?
Switch it up.
Yeah, switch it up.
And to be fair, I forgot about mine last time as well.
Fine. Alright, I'm just going to roll once. Give me that. Yeah, because it's 60-10 plus 7, so that would have been like 67 plus the dice, so. Thanks, Ethereth. It's the moral of the story.
Yes.
Alright, that's going to be 56 points of bludgeoning damage, or piercing damage, and you are knocked 20 feet away prone. You are 10 feet up in the air. You're going to take an additional, get knocked down, I can't really say, 1 additional bludgeoning damage from the fall. It's going to charge over to you. Didn't knock you far enough to beat Bisan's range, so that's going to remain. And while you're prone, he's just going to... It's just got like 2 hands slammed. First one is going to be a 30 to hit.
Is it disadvantage, yeah?
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
because of
right.
that. Because
Right,
of the
right, right.
infernal challenge, yeah.
So these are straight rolls because you're prone now. That's going to be 24 to hit.
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, no, to hit me first time. Yeah, sorry, I thought you said it was going for Bisan, but no, that's fine.
No. It's good for you.
Yeah, first one, that's fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sorry.
No worries. I'll get the other one out of the way now that because he's focused in on you. It didn't take much to convince him to fight you. 25 to hit the second attack.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do this. And that's going to be 7, 14 additional. That is going to end up being, at the end of the day, 68 points of bludgeoning damage as he slams his fist down on you twice.
Okay, I'm down. I had 68 points.
Okay, he roars in like an agonizing anger, like of such hatred and loathing as he destroys like the better side of him. This is a creature, a pitiful creature of self-pity and resentment and anger. Ethereth, Arendil's down, but his failed copy is really hurt as well. What do you want to do?
You know what? Let's just go big. I'm gonna cast Vile Necrosis.
Damn, that sounds scary.
Give me. Oh yeah, I have to. It's a spell attack. I have just to roll the attack, which shall be fun. And I have advantage because I'm in things. So let's see. That dice, can you please? Okay. 22 to hit.
That'll hit. Roll some damage.
Okay, let's see how this looks. That's a lot of dice. I'm going to use my staff of my key staff to reroll a couple of those.
Yeah.
That infernal challenge, by the way, was concentration, so that'll be down.
So I'm going to reroll a 1 and a 2. So let's see how those go. 2d6. Into a 2 and a 3. So that's an extra 2 on 12, a 4. So that is 49 necrotic damage.
49 necrotic damage. Good fucking god. Yeah, he is roaring out, and bits of his body just are beginning to sort of flake off his body. He is certainly bloodied. He's pretty hurt.
He is also weakened.
Ooh. Cool. That's new.
While weakened, a target does half damage with weapon attacks and spells and can make a con save at the end of its turn to get removed that.
Half damage, but that's what I do is damage. All right, fair enough. Okay, yeah. Well, I'll say that like his almost like it's like clamping down his arms and his body is like this net of necrosis, sort of like sealing away his power. Is there anything else?
I'll use Quicken Spell to cast Hold the Dead.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
Give me a save. Cool wisdom save.
Wisdom save. That's going to be 18 save.
Again, you beat by 1. Like, it's so annoying.
I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's got that magical resistance, so he's
yeah, fair. Well, worth a shot.
All right. That's gonna bring us to Tidewalker. He's gonna say, "Oh no, not Arenda. I'll run in to help. For some reason, this party likes me. I don't know why. I gotta show them that they're not wrong." She's gonna run into a flank. She's gonna do some advantage trident strikes. There may not be a lot of water here, but I'm gonna do my best. That's gonna be a natural 20. Oh,
Yes.
Huzzah!
The second attack does miss, unfortunately. She does hit with the Ray of Frost. third attack. She's a special girl. Okay, let's see here. Where's my little 4d10 pile? There you are. 10, that's going to be 19 plus 3. So 19 plus 3 is
20.
Yeah, thank you. 19 plus 3. That's 22, so that'll be reduced to 11 because it's resistant to cold damage. And then the actual Ray of Frost. Where are those pesky little blades I was rolling? There they are. It's going to be 18 reduced to 9. Okay. Doing some chip damage. Elrendil. I need a private death saving throw, my friend. Most courageous death saving throw.
There you go. It'll be on. Beyond.
Oh, yeah. It'll beyond. Got it. Show the log. It's fine. Oh, here it is. Okay, perfect. Got it. Thank you very much.
You got it, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, all good. All right, that'll bring us to Sayeed, who snuck his astral step back, run 30 feet, fight the Tidewalker, take his advantage, gutturally roar. It's gonna be 22 will hit. Even better will hit. And 15 will not hit. So 2 attacks hit. It's going to be 8, it's gonna be 12 points of slashing. The other slashing on the way. It's going to be 15 points of slashing damage. And get all that psychic damage out of the way, which has become significant. .42 psychic damage totaled out between 2 attacks. He is very, 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 very hurt. It is Dahlia's turn. She is going to bonus action healing word. Arendelle. Because that's what we priests do. It's gonna be 5, 9. It's gonna be 12 points of healing to you, Arendelle.
Okay.
And again, I'm not really. I'm not a killer. It's just not really how I feel about myself. And she's just gonna hold an action to. She takes a dodge action. It's just not. I'm not here for that. You know, I'm here for you guys, not for the bad guys. That brings us to Bisan's turn. Bisan failed Arendelle. He's like staggered, is hurt. Is bloodied, is barely standing, this walking tank of pure power, held at bay, its might by our Etherith. What do you do?
All right, let's roll some attacks.
Okay.
Okay, these are really low rolls today. All right, that was a 5 plus 11 is 16. So 1 is 17. Holy shit.
Oh no! Hey, you know what? The dice tell a story, and that's all there is to it. Dice tell a story. It's all good. It's going. So you're trying to slash at its legs, but perhaps because it's so large, it has faced many an adventurer who has slashed at its legs, and it's just got like a hard, like leathery carapace around its legs, which makes it significantly harder to hit from your level. And that's the flavor. And that's the flavor why it's just not working out. But it turns to you, roars anger. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Do I still get my 2 more actions or 2 more attacks eventually? Because that was just
Did you
one.
just do 2 attacks?
No, it's just the one.
Oh, I thought you said 16 and 18, but all right, whatever.
Wait.
I'm certain you rolled 2 attacks. You gave me 2 totals. Unless I'm wrong.
Yeah, but I still have a
not got
third.
flanking?
Sorry?
I still have
Is there no flanking?
and
Sorry.
I still have a third.
Okay, yeah,
I
go
can
for the
see
third,
that.
absolutely.
All right, well that's better. All right. 19, oh hold on, 18, 29, 32.
Yeah, you. Only gods have ACs 30 plus.
All right, so that is a 17 radiant plus 2 psychic.
Alright, how do you want to slay Veiled Reptile and all of his bestial power?
Right, so the legs aren't working. Beating at the legs aren't working. So she essentially parkours up his body, up his knee, up his shoulder, and takes the sword and just goes right through his head.
Okay. It's not working. You manage to, like, while he's sort of roaring down at Arendelle, you kind of slash twice the back of the leg. He doesn't notice. You kind of run up the back foot and up his back, sort of legless at the back of the troll, and manage to sort of bring the blade down. The neck is thick. The neck is probably the width of your body, and you don't quite make it all the way through, but you certainly put the blade in deep enough that this guy is not going to work. And as that sort of bleeding and that essence is drawn out through the neck, Etherith's spell is able to like complete its work. It's sort of almost like a steel net that is like pulled suddenly really hard across flesh, just like rips through the rest of the body and just disintegrates the body between the blade and between the necrosis. Its body just disintegrates into shadow and black ichor and dissolves away, gone.
Ew.
Arendelle, you stand back up.
Yep.
Absolutely. And as you do, Thalia is going to say, don't get too excited, okay? And she's gonna lay one on you. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? Don't tell. And she's gonna cast heal on you, and you're gonna gain 70 hit points.
70, thank you very much.
Yeah, Aphrodite, right? Got it. It's kind of, we gotta do it. It's gonna, like, don't tell your girlfriend. She heals you with 70 points. I don't want to die, but I don't want you to die either. Yeah. The spirit that's standing there goes, nice. It goes, well done. You have faced the evil part of you. You have overcome this not through your strength alone, but through the strength of those who stand at your side. As every king should have allies and friends willing to come to their aid, for if you do not, you know yourself a tyrant. I am Theseus, king of Athens, and have always known my greatest strength but from my greatest feats. And he will, spirit will fade away. And with that, the fourth final challenger, spirit, will venture forth from the mists. This one comes forward clad and armored, is wearing almost like a Spartan thinned plume across the head, arms and armor of divine making, walks with a grace and confidence with strength and dexterity in equal measure, a warrior steps forward. Just get rid of the bout for a second. The warrior, sort of with spear in hand, is going to say, "You have faced many trials today. You have faced your own past. You have faced your future. You have faced cleverness. But you have faced yourself. But now you must face me. This is a trial of battle, for every king must know how to wage war. So you shall face me in all my strength, and you will survive if you can." And brings the spear forward. And that'll be another initiative. And as this much shorter warrior seems to think himself pose a greater threat than the fucking giant minotaur, ridiculous.
What is going on?
It's battle thing. Okay.
Bisan is not having a great day with her dice, y'all.
Neither is Randall. No. It's,
I rolled the exact same thing as last initiative, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Guess we know where this is going a little bit.
Hers is marginally better, but
You know what?
marginally.
The underworld is taxing on the living, you know? You gotta give yourself some slack here. You're in the world, you're in the land of the dead, you know? It's not easy.
mine's one worse than my last one, so it's even worse. It's all good.
It's not easy being. Okay, anybody roll above a 20. Alright. Saeed's like, fuck this guy. This would be easy. Your roll's really high. Okay, I'm just gonna do it this way. Rendell, what'd you get?
5.
5. Super. Anyone roll lower than that?
No, I only got 9 again.
Got 9 again, but how much you get?
17.
Alright. Rendell, you want to go before or after Tidewalker?
I'll go before.
Alright. This was a nice, good look at the stat block that I built for you guys, especially. The spirit goes, "Let us see how you wage war if you call yourself a worthy king." And you guys are just like, whoa, as he suddenly moves across the battlefield with amazing speed and lances forward with the spear at you, Arendil. He just moves past all of you, right up to Arendil.
Oh, how cool is that? I like that the landing makes everything. It's cool.
Oh,
Sorry.
good, cool.
He's geeking out over there.
Nice. Let's see. Is going to. I'm going to drop little hints here and there. He's going to use the Spear of Peleus against you. That was going to be a 21 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta tell me if you're bloodied as we go along. You guys gotta start letting me know, because maybe I might not hit you if I think you're a little low. Who knows? 12, 14. It's gonna be 17 points of piercing damage, and I need a strength save.
17. Okay, hold on. Oh my god, natural 1 for 9.
Alright, you are knocked prone. he is going to... roll the way over here, Bisan. It's very good. He's going to turn around and throw the spear at you across the battlefield. It's going to be a natural 20.
Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs. Sweating on it. That's going to be a 25 to hit.
Shield.
Okay. Let me check something here. Okay. Yeah, it bounces off the spear and drives itself into the ground near towards you. And then the warrior's going to, from the side of his shield, draw some kind of short sword. He's going to jab down at you and then go.
I'll give an advantage to Bisan.
That's... oh my god. I'm sorry, this is another natural 20.
You're on your own.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm not trying to roll this good. That's going to be additional. It's going to be 30 points of radiant and slashing damage.
Okay.
All right, that is going to bring us to Saeed's turn.
Well, that would most probably put me in the bloody-ish range.
Okay, fair enough. Saeed's gonna come up behind this warrior, take some advantaged attacks on the flank. He is going to roll... where's your freaking attack? There it is. He is going to roll 26, but the spirit is going to turn around and sort of like bring his shield down and sort of catch the blade and drive it into the ground and parry it and will not hit. And then he, as part of it, will take a free counter strike against Sayeed. He rolls exceptionally. That will hit. Okay, no, we're just going to do this over here. It's 2 hits. Yeah, okay. Saeed's going to take 8 on top of that's going to be 27 damage to Sayeed. Oh. Okay, 27 to Sayeed. He looks confused. He's never seen a move like that before, but he's going to strike again. This time it doesn't hit. The shield just comes up, blocks it, and Sayeed rolls an exceptional strike against this warrior, which is going to... how does this work? Which is going to hit. How does this work in relationship? He basically rolls like a 39. Oh no, he doesn't. He rolls a 29, and it should very well hit. But almost like without looking, the warrior's shield just seems to come in the way and block it again. So he just is like, what is this? Yeah, kind of roars angrily. At which point, I'll give you a little potential insight here. Thalia, who is aware of the lore, she goes, oh, that's Achilles! That's Achilles! I know this one! That's Achilles! Aim for his ankle! Aim for his ankle! She starts calling out, and the spirit sort of looks at her like, fuck you. And it's going to take a legendary action. And she's like, oh, no, I'm sorry! And he's going to move up to her and take a free strike.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, where's that 20? I don't know what's going on here. I don't think I counted the nat 20 for you, Rendell. It's fine. We're gonna move forward. So 27 plus 8 is that's 30 points, 35 points of damage, not including 6, 12, 15, 24, 30, 36, additional 36 damage on the crit. Let's see if she's still standing. She is. She's still standing. Bisan, you're up.
Okay, above the table, is it just a flavor thing? Or do I need to call it and there's a mechanic for called shots?
You need to call it, and I have a very specific mechanic tied to the stat block here to see if you can make it happen.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to hit his kill. Yeah, I'm gonna aim for the ankle.
Okay, go ahead and see how it goes.
All right, you know what? None of you fuckers are working for me today. I think all of you are going, all three of you. Sorry, I need to pick a different dice. I'm not thrilled with what I've been rolling from anyone at all. You know what? I have not used you today. Don't fuck me. So is it like a normal to hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here. What kind of damage are you using?
Radiant.
Radiant?
Sword.
Okay. Yeah, you swing at the ankle.
And that is so if it's normal, then it is a 15, 26.
26, you aim at the ankle. You kind of like swing radiantly. Yeah, go ahead and deal damage. This will all be halved, however.
Oh boy, okay. So that will be 10 radiant halved to 5.
The psychic damage you don't have to worry about because psychic damage doesn't, that's for the brain.
Yeah.
So you swing and there's a bit of like a glancing blow, but he largely, it largely seems to just kind of fall off him. This individual is loved by the gods and radiant himself, and it just doesn't quite do as much as you were hoping to do. The spirit seems to not consider you as much of a threat. Continues to stare at Arendelle and now. Is there anything else you want to do?
Well, I guess I'm gonna keep rolling low and sweeping for that ankle. I don't know what else to do. Bisan doesn't have a lot of tricks. It's gonna be more of the same. What is that? 20, 24.
24 does not hit. This time, the heel comes forward, and he just expertly positions his back that the blade sort of skates across his armor and does no damage. This is an individual of immense, like, all of you are watching this thing fight, and you're like, this, like, the things you're like, it's like he knows everything's gonna happen before it happens, and not from precognition, but just from, just like somebody who has been in battle for hundreds and hundreds of years and knows, can guess every move that's gonna happen. He's just purely executed grace and technique.
Yeah, that is really pretty impressive. Hmm. Shit. You know what? I think I am going to. I'm going to bamf away because that would be my bonus action. I'm going to bamf away and watch.
Fair enough. Hey. That will bring us to. Okay.
Okay, you'll
Yeah,
get
go
that.
ahead. Your turn. Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at legendary actions, but no, he'll save it. Go for it.
Legendary is okay.
Sounds good.
Well, I guess I'll try to blind him.
All right. Go for it.
Give me a con save. Actually, wait, no. Bonus action and a sorcery. Just gonna reapply that.
Fair enough. All right.
And then I'm gonna cast blindness. Con save,
Blindness.
please.
Con save. This guy's got some con. That's going to be 32 to save. Yeah.
And I was just sat there going like, man, maybe I shouldn't do a dex thing. He sounds graceful.
Yeah, he's the greatest warrior you ever met. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Sorry.
I'll just I mean, that's action burst action. I don't really want to move, so I'm just gonna end my turn.
All right. That's gonna bring us to. Yeah, he's got him. Why not? He's gonna take an attack again against Thalia.
Piece of shit.
Brutal warrior, brutal efficient warrior. That will definitely hit. It's going to be 30 points of damage to Thalia, who is looking bloodied. All right, you're up, Arenda.
Okay, I'll stand. I will use my bonus action for lay on hands, which I'll use all of them.
Fair enough.
And then I shall strike twice.
You want to get a little flanky going?
Yes, if I can, if I've got the movement, yes. So we'll go with the Vorpal sword first.
Beauty.
21?
Are you aiming for the ankle?
Yes, sorry, yes.
All right, 21. That will not hit, I'm sorry to say. Armor class a little high there. He steps out of the way.
And then same again, I'll go for the ankle with Lightning Justice. That is a 23.
23 is not enough to meet the AC, I'm sorry to say.
Jesus, my rolls today.
Yep, sorry, he's got divine armor, and he is a swift fellow. You're swinging at him, and it is this this expert defense that he calls forward.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. That's going to bring us to Tidewalker, who what's she got? She's kind of a one-trick pony when she's not near water. You know what? She's gonna run into melee, and she's gonna like point the trident. She's gonna cast Cone of Cold on him. Just point blank Cone of Cold. He will, unsurprisingly, save, but it will still be effective. You're gonna have 88 to still take the 8. It's gonna take. That's 34, which is 17 points of damage. He is going to use Shield Mastery because he succeeded Dex save. Well, is this a Dex save or a con save? This is a con save, so he can't do that. So he'll take a 17 on the cold damage there. Which will bring us to Thalia. who's going to use her. She's going to disengage. She's going to go, oh, fuck. I'm sorry. I'm just going to run away. She will bonus action use her final divine aid to cast Healing Word on you. Keep you going. This is your trial. 3, 5, 8. It's going to be 11 points of healing to you.
Okay.
He's going to use his last legendary action before his turn. And he is going to make a sword attack on you, Arendil. That one's going to be 27 to hit. 4. That's going to be 33 points of damage.
Okay.
As we come into his turn, you're slashing at him. He gets one across the gut and kind of catches your blades against his shield. He looks at you and he says, "This is the truly hard part of being king. This is that you cannot win every battle. You must decide who lives and who dies. You must mitigate the damage. You must survive even when the odds are against you." And he is going to. He is going to draw his blade back in. He's going to put his arm out, and his spear is going to return to his hand. He's going to take one strike. No, not against you. I think he's just going to do a shield bash to kind of push you back. Let's see if he hits. It's a natural 20. Yeah, he'll let it in. Natural 20.
Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs. That is going to be a.
Actually, wait, I don't think I can. It's not. Yeah, I can't upcast that. That's not upcastable.
You can upcast it. You just won't gain any benefits from it.
Okay, that's fine then. Yeah.
So are you doing it or not?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay, cool, beautiful. If that's the case, it's going to be 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you want to give your advantage to after this?
Fuck it, Bisan again.
Okay, that's going to be 12 bludgeoning damage, Arendil.
Mm-hmm.
I need a dex save.
Yep. Now he rolls well. 26.
26. Okay. This was going to be way worse, but you keep your footing. You are going to mitigate the damage that you are going to take, as the shield is going to basically do a little damage. You're only pushed 5 feet away from him, as opposed to whatever else was going to happen. Your feet kind of skid you to a stop. He is then going to back away. Tidewalker is going to get an opportunity attack, which doesn't hit. He puts the shield up.
If he's within 10 feet of me, he's only got a half movement.
Okay. He will walk over to here. And he is going to look at you, Arendil, as he sort of turns around. He's going to say, "What kind of king are you?" And he is going to pull back the spear, and he's going to look very pointedly at Tidewalker. And he is going to use his final feature, Killing Blow. And he is going to hurl the spear, and you're going to see, in his eyes, in this moment Tidewalker's not ready for it. And as he begins to swing forth the spear, you know that this is going to be his ultimate attack. Arendil, you have a decision to make. You can either let the spear fly into Tidewalker, or you can use your reaction to put yourself between them.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
The spear flies forward. There's no save for this. You jump in the way as he's using the spear of his father, which had this special feature is the killing blow. And you jump in the way, you save Tidewalker, it slams into your chest, and you fall to the ground, dead. And that is the combat, as the warrior sort of takes a neutral stance. There is this moment of, like, shock, perhaps, for the rest of you, as the warrior is, like, thrown the spear and kind of returns to neutral. And it's this sort of pause of, like, what the fuck just happened kind of thing. The warrior will say, he'll turn his head back to Thalia and is going to say, save your king. And she'll just, run over, and she is going to just cast Revivify on you. She rolls well enough, and you will come back to life as the spear falls to your side. And you will be at 1 hit point.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to make a wisdom saving throw against Hallowed Return.
Oh, shit.
$27.
You're fine. No, nothing will creep back to the land of the living with you this time. The warrior approaches you and says, it is a wise king that knows his value even over his own people. But it is the honorable king who would lay down his life for that month. And also a king who sees prophecy and rises to meet it. You have died. You have died for others. The prophecy is fulfilled. You have proven yourself here. And he puts his hand over the ground. The spear will lift into his hands, and he will tap the spear. There's going to be a blinding golden light. Suddenly, you are not where you were before. You find yourself standing in a long golden glade of grain. There are magnificent, beautiful, marveled sculptures in the distance. You all stand in a group here in this hallowed place, and the warrior's form has become true. You see gorgeous divine armor across his chest. He removes his helmet, but you might see his, frankly, beautiful face, great blue eyes, long golden hair, someone who has been touched by the love of the gods. Surrounding him is the Gilded King, Theseus of Athens. You will see the original demigod hero Perseus in his glory with his winged boots and silvered shield. You will also see the clever Odysseus, bearded and ragged from many years on the sea. And they stand before you. And by one from the glades of golden grain, you are going to see people sort of rising up from the grain. You are going to see broad warriors. You are going to see swift warriors, archers, spearmen, endless heroes of the gods who have proven themselves glorious, honorable, valorous in life, and worthy of the peace of the afterlife of Elysium before you. Hundreds of warriors. And Theseus will say, you came here to prove yourself worthy to lead us. Though we will follow you but once, you will have your army of heroes, King Arento. And each mighty hero takes the knee, and maybe 100, 200, 300 spirits of famed, glorious warriors bends the knee before you. You have your army.
I'll stand and raise my Lightning. Yeah, lightning is justice. It is an honor to have you follow me into this battle. Your courage and skill will be much needed. Thank you.
They will rise, and a very, very Troy-style sort of roar will sort of bring out as they bang their shields synchronized or raise their spears into the air. Arundel! 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 Your name will echo across the halls of Elysium, and your warriors stand ready to fight. Odysseus will approach you, and he will present to you a gold and bronze war horn. He will say, "We will follow you, once, but only once, and when your final trial is ready, blow this horn. We will rise, armed and ready."
So I'll take it and I'll stow it on my belt.
You have the Horn of Elysium, my friend. Blow it once. It has one charge. If you blast it, you will summon the armies of Elysium.
Okay. Let's play a little tune. No, okay.
Incredible. During all the fanfare, Ethrith,
Hi.
I'm not going to place hundreds and hundreds of warriors in the glade, but I will place this man. Oh, child. Sorry, that was weird. Oh yeah. Somewhere beyond, somewhere sort of in the background, you will see sort of watching from afar, as this is her domain, the domain of the underworld, where she calls residence. You will see Hecate. You will see the goddess of witchcraft, or patroness, watches. This was most certainly a trial of crossroads unto itself, in a way, and it is most certainly within her domain. And she watches on from a distance. Is there anything you wish to do? Anything you want to say? Anything at all? Anything you're feeling?
Ether won't approach. He'll like make eye contact and just do like the very smallest of nods. But beyond that, we'll kind of just keep his peace.
You will receive in your mind her words as if she were standing next to you. To be a god at my side, a companion for all time, would deprive you of the grace of this realm. Many, my greatest followers, many of my champions have bound themselves walking these golden glades. Deprive yourself of this for all eternity. Question does not require an answer. It does require a thought. Consider, my child, these things. My excitement, my enthusiasm for the companion is great. But no one, not even Lord Hades of the underworld, can own a soul. A soul belongs only to the soul itself. So choose wisely. Do not wish for it. Eternity, paradise. You are a hero, worthy of the merits of this plane. It will not be so if you drink the emotion. Be quiet and careful, child. And through all the fanfare, the words dim, presence around you dims even, and she might even sort of vanish. And the presence of Hecate around you is diminished, and you are held in this lofty place in the museum, this place of true paradise and worthiness, only meant for the most glorious, only meant for the most valorous, only for the most truly loved. But you are. Is there anything else party would wish to do here in Elysium before taking a trip back down the Styx, back home, back to the promised lands, back to your path to true earth?
Go on.
As all of this is happening, just very quietly, Bisan is going to go stand next to Sayeed.
Who looks at you bitterly?
Good fight.
You see his jaw clenched at your words. He doesn't respond.
That's all she says, but she doesn't move. And she's standing pretty close to his side.
Folding up tightly. There's definitely a aggression, a coldness, and anger directed towards you that has developed. Man, that's so annoying they don't put it in there anymore. I just love these. As you all stand here in Elysium, greeted by its greatest heroes, we're gonna have a fun little check. Fun little check here. Here we go. I'd like everyone to roll me a wisdom saving throw. As you all begin to feel this overwhelming sensation of happiness and contentment as you stand here in the Golden Glades of Elysium.
15.
15. Excellent.
18.
Excellent.
5.
It is overwhelming. Regardless of your roles, you do feel this overwhelming feeling of contentment, of happiness, of peace, of almost like the story has reached its right, and that this is sort of the happily ever after, and this is the place to be. None more so than you, Bisan. It is so overwhelming, in fact, that you are moved to tears, and the idea of leaving this place, it seems unbearable. This is the realm of heroes. This is the realm of valor, and this is the realm of where the most worthy souls in all the multiverse come to rest and learn to put down their spears and enjoy eternity with one another. And it's you're brought to tears. It's just overwhelming in the best possible way. As you are truly standing here in paradise. But indeed, Perseus will look at you all, say, "You have done well in this realm of the undead, of Hades of Elysium now. Return. Your journeys still will take. While our journeys are complete, yours are not. We are the Elysian spirits. Sleep. You do look behind to see that there is a riverboat awaiting.
I just turn around and say, I will call. Again. Well, thank you.
Theseus says, and we will be waiting. Achilles says, go well. Strong. You'll get back on the riverboat. Some curiosity for NPCs. Unsurprisingly, Dahlia's like, I don't have to go. Saeed's fine. Tidewalker's also a little beside herself here, similar. So about half your party is just like doing whatever they can to absorb those. It's like going to Disneyland for the first time, and it's time to go. Mom and Dad say it's time to go, and you're just like looking at it all and just soaking in some last moments, like just filling your eyes for a couple final seconds before you have to turn that corner and lose sight of it. You all eventually do file onto the boat and begin to make your way. The riverboat takes you down the river Styx. You travel for some time. You're let off where you were originally entered from. You meander up those stairs back into the temple, and the way shuts behind you. And once more, you have returned to the astral sea. Dahlia, Tidewalker, and Bisan, not feeling empty. Again, I think the Disneyland analogy is excellent, where the leaving doesn't fill you with emptiness. It just fills you with like a magnificent memory. It's not a horrible thing to have left. Maybe a little sad, maybe a little bittersweet. Maybe you still wish you could be there, but you are. Elysium has left its impression on the three of you, and it's something you will never forget.
So that is where we go when we die.
Not all, but if you're a legendary hero, if you make an impact on the flow of fate, then yeah, that's what awaits you on the other side. But there's no rush.
No.
I'll just stand in front of the two of them. Thank you for helping me on that trial. We have gained a great ally. But without you two and the others, we would not have passed. So thank you.
Of course. That is why we are here.
I'll just turn to Bisan. Sayeed will come round once he realizes.
He will or he won't. I don't know that too much of that's on me. If he truly loves Vlaakith, he's going to have every reason to hate me. I can't guarantee anyone's safety.
Neither can any of us wherever we go. But we will follow you. As you did I. So, as they say, you have my swords.
What does it mean to be a Lich Queen?
I'll look at Aerthareth.
DM, what do I know about liches?
Go ahead and make an Arcana check. What do I know about liches?
Well, I'm using inspiration on that because I'm not accepting that.
Fair
21.
21. You know the essence of it. You know that liches are essentially archmages who are experts in the school of necromancy, masters even, who have used that skill to overcome death itself through the consumption of souls. They must consume souls to maintain their lives, but in doing so, they remain mortal and undead and exceptionally powerful. So you could expect that she has the power of a lich, and she is empowered by whatever souls she's decided to consume. And she's probably a master arcanist. She's an archmage on top of being a warrior queen.
Oh.
So, quite possibly the most powerful con artist in all of creation.
So
She's
she's
not-
eating them.
She is likely taking the souls of every Githyanki that she wants to eat. And she is not truly divine. She's immortal through arcane means. So, contrary to the way in which Githyanki fight, she's a mage.
I don't even know how to begin to fight something like that. And they all love her, they all worship her incessantly. Sayeed is reserved compared to most.
Ideally, this is an opponent you never fight. A lich on its own is quite a daunting task to deal with, but one that is beloved by its entire species, has been harvesting souls since breaking free of the bondage of the Illithid, which was however many thousands of years ago. That is
I do not believe she will bargain in good faith. I am willing to try, but I do not believe she will.
Maybe it might be worth looking into how she has a hold over them. There must be something that she must be doing to keep that hold. Surely they must notice that people are disappearing and everything else, but not seeing it properly. To keep them as devoted as that, she must be using something.
Does Sayeed look bewitched to you, magically or otherwise?
I think it's just cultural. Like, I think the hold she has, I think the magic is 1,000 years of control.
It is ingrained. Imagine if from birth you are taught that you will live and die for your god queen. You won't know any different. You wouldn't even be able to you would struggle to conceptualize the idea of anything else, and so that renders you blind to the inconsistencies. The dead may disappear, warriors may just vanish, but they would never point the finger at her.
If Dahlia would be there as you guys all come off the ship, she would put a hand on your shoulder, Bisan. She would say, I agree. This doesn't sound like a lady that you want to fight. And Menurag put this before you as your trial. I think to trust in the path you've chosen, Bisan. You've chosen a path of a middle lane, I suppose you could say, between being devoid of emotion and using positive emotion. I think you need to trust in the way you've trained yourself. The power that you possess isn't rage or serenity. It's in that good stuff in the middle. I think if you want to have a chance defeating Vlaakith, I think you should try and bring Sayeed with you first. Because this will be a battle of the heart, or your arm.
I agree. I don't know where to begin. I have 2 days to learn how to. Words are easier, but they're still kind of hard. And
I don't understand the astral sea very well. This psionic power and the will of the astral sea that you and your people speak of, but I do understand people and the power of love and compassion. I don't know what you went through on your little spirit quest with Menurag, but I do feel like at some point Sayeed was there with you, wasn't he?
yes,
I don't know what you experienced, but I can tell you this. It wasn't just you. He was there to some degree. He did pull him in to some degree. Maybe there's something there. If you found this place of power through love and joy and these good emotions, and somehow he was pulled into it, maybe he glimpsed it. Maybe he glimpsed that potential. I don't have all the answers. I just
no, but the ones you have are usually good.
try.
Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna go lay down because I think I still have a hole somewhere on me, somewhere. At this point, Callistra will walk into the room and Thalia will just let him move immediately. And Callistra's like, yeah, that's right. There's a little bit of a look of like, yeah, should scram. She enters the room.
Yes, I think I may need a lay down as well.
Okay. With that, you may just. Oh, go ahead, please.
There is another way. As I see Callisto walk into the room, it won't be kind, but it would do it.
I am listening.
Let me check my notes to remember the name of it. Where is it? Do you have... What did you bring any of your alchemy materials, sister?
Of course, I don't leave home without them.
We could break Saeed's bond with Vlaakith forcefully and create a pact with Hecate instead.
No. I see where that would be cunning and wise, and it is a good idea, but
Well, then I'll go get started.
Yes. I can't. I can't. I can say it's a good idea, but with someone else, but not him. He's got to do that on his own. I think that's part of the trial. She'll stand up and go and find him, knowing full well that that was a good goddamn idea.
It was pretty.
That was a magnificent idea.
That's a cool idea.
She's leaving the room because she doesn't need to explore that further.
Were it not Bisan's narrative, you know?
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I didn't think Bisan would be down for that either. To
Yeah,
be
I
fair.
mean,
I
feel
thought you were going to
suggested-
say trying to slip it to Vlaakith. That's what I thought you were going to say.
I mean, that would be even funnier.
I don't know
That
how.
Bisan would be 100%
hilarious.
behind.
I have no idea how you would ever convince Vlaakith to drink anything that you have, but if you could. Oh, shit. Okay, why don't we go to our break? It's about that time. And when we get back, we will have a little meeting with Sayeed, the angry, and to the wrath, maybe.
Ah.
Yeah, so Ryan, that was cool. That whole last thing. That was-
Great,
Yeah,
great. I'm
that,
glad
the
you
whole
enjoyed
set of
it.
trials was very cool. And
Excellent.
it was neat to see Elysium.
Oh, I found the Elysium board. I was like, oh, baby, I gotta show it off a little bit.
And it is kind of cool seeing this going into the Greek campaign. Just
Yeah.
for vibes, just for vibes.
Just for vibes. Yeah. I don't want you guys feeling like you're making a mistake at all. I wanna show my chops, my Greek mythology chops, a little bit here and there.
Have you looked over the character? Do you want me to start tonight?
Yeah, let's get you in there.
Right.
I need
Yay.
to do a double check of. I just need to read it through, but we've talked about it, so I think I have read it, but I just want to do another refresher. But yeah, absolutely.
There's absolutely nothing surprising in there.
Yeah, I don't believe there will be. No, by all means. Yeah,
Great.
let's get you in there tonight. Hell yeah.
Huzzah.
Huzzah! Ooh. I want to find like a really sweet zoom background. Just the best. The goat. But not right now. Okay. We are back. We are back in action. Okay, Bisan. Friend. You want to go find Old Grumpy?
Yes.
All right. Yeah, you probably find him outside the ship, sitting somewhere probably with his big mean red dragon. Which never seems to conveniently come on any adventures. He doesn't like sit with it like a comfort animal by any means. He's just kind of like leaning up against the wall near it. As its rider, he has always maintained a very dominating persona, especially around the dragon. The dragon just kind of lays there. You walk over. Sayeed kind of, you see the kind of flare of his nostrils as he sees you.
Did you see anything?
What are you talking about?
When I had my vision and I reached out to you, did you see anything?
Make a persuasion check.
It's actually not too bad. that's actually pretty good. 17.
17. He kind of looks at you for a moment. And he just kind of looks away. He says, "That's what I saw."
Okay. Do you understand what happened to my people?
Yes, they were crushed by the prophet.
Not exactly. It matters. They were drained psionically from a distance.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
It's there at Thessaly.
But you were very angry. Okay. You realize, we are going to bring a warning to your people. That warning has value, yes?
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
If the Lich Queen has not figured it out for herself already, I would not be surprised. Her wisdom she has not. What is your point?
I'm trying to see if you see any value in being here. Because if not, I don't understand why you don't just go.
Value in being here, as you are heading to Tunarath. And in Tunarath, I will meet my queen and my people again. Tunarath, I will deliver them you. and yours.
To what end?
To the glory of Vlaakith.
Okay. I don't know how to make you not hate everything except Vlaakith. I'd rather the entirety of your people not end up the way mine did. I don't know how to deal with the fact that you see that as weakness. And she will take her leave.
Okay. He'll speak to you as you're walking away. He says, "Why do you bother? Keep coming here, speaking to me about things you know I do not care for. Are you trying to persuade me of that I am your friend?"
You have saved my life a few times. It's not a bad assumption.
Made an attempt on mine. Were it not for that blonde woman, I would commend you your anger. It is much recognizable as my people are. Perhaps you are more Yankee than you think, always running into a fight, your emotions and rage fueling you. Perhaps you and Vlaakith will have more to talk about than you expect.
We were always one people. And rage isn't the only emotion.
But it is the most powerful one.
Honestly, I just didn't want you to bully the crew when we were doing what you wanted anyway. I am sorry for everything. And why I'm out here is because I love you, you idiot. And then she turns around and goes back inside.
That he just the last thing you kind of see on him is just like what? Kind of like on his face. As you turn around with him.
We're gonna die. Go do something else.
Okay. More directed at the captain, Mr. Voidlight, Captain Voidlight here. Ariane is like, weirdest space adventure I've ever been on, but let's keep going, I guess. Are we still going to most dangerous place in the multiverse?
Yes, we're going to see Vlaakith.
Great. Okay. Yes, Captain. Captain, I feel obligated to ask, are you going to sacrifice us all? You know what, don't answer that. I'm just kidding.
We've been traveling together for a while. And I think at this point, you can probably see that we have long since passed the point of any this adventure has gone far beyond the point of anything reasonable. So, do I intend to sacrifice everyone? No. Do I have any real grasp over what comes, or what the future holds, or how we'll scrape through? No, we're really flying by the seat of our pants here.
You know, he was a captain. He's a former captain.
Yeah.
He grins wide and he goes, "Oh, we're at that stage where you've completely lost control of the situation. I get it. Been there."
I mean, really, going to Limbo, going to Tudorak, these are places you just don't go.
Yeah.
And yet, here we are.
Here we are.
No,
don't worry.
No one's prepared for this.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Well, listen. That's I won't say anything between me and you. I get it. One from a former captain to a current one. I get it. I get it. Weirdly, sometimes means you're on the right track. Another time means you should probably quit while you're ahead. But I certainly don't know which one to recommend right now.
It's one of those situations where, truly, honestly, I would rather be anywhere else, and yet can't run. There's nowhere to go. There's a planet destroying Illithid on the loose.
That's right. That's why we're doing this. Stop that giant tentacle planet, moon, monster from destroying other planets.
I mean, and for however scared the crew might be, there's nowhere to go back to. There's only retribution.
Yeah, I remember the most scary thing was Scroll Patrol back in the war, but well, we're beyond that. Okay. Well, if your boy Saeed's directions are to be believed, 2 days to Tunarath.
2 days. And on that note, I daily need a rest because today has been eventful.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go. And with that, the ship begins to lift up and begin to sail into the astral, where we'll all take flight for some 2 days. Just gonna see how those 2 days go. Of course. Go great. Bye. Is there anything anyone would like to do during these last couple of days as you guys are heading into the maw of you're going into something very bad? I'm not gonna say it's hell, but you know.
In the next oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say no. Arendal's got nothing.
Okay. Just looking at porn. Yes. All this power. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Over the next couple of days, Bisan would try to check in with the crew in kind of a social way.
I'll let you to make a persuasion or intimidation check to see if you can't keep morale a little higher than what you might expect it at right now.
So I am going for persuasion, and that was a nat 20. That was not where I needed that nat 20 today. So for a total of 21.
All right, you go around socially. The crew's morale is hanging by a bit of a thread here. With a nat 20, you're going to hold them at a nice 0. At a nice 0. 10 is anything by Captain, oh Captain, I will go to hell and back for you. Negative 10 is like, we're gonna slit your throat right now, and take your ship. Zero is like is just a flat neutral. So right now there's a ton of tension, and the faith your crew has in you is barely counterbalancing the threat of impending tuna wrath.
And then any other time that she had, I think oddly would be spent in prayer to Aphrodite for wisdom, because she is very like, she knows she's got to, but she has no idea how she's going to do it. And honestly, she's kind of scared because
Okay.
because my man, he loves someone else, and she's toxic, but she's like also like hella strong, like way stronger than us, and probably gonna kill us. So yeah, there's that. But I love you, and I hope you're doing great. And you should have seen Talia the other day. She was awesome. She totally had the deeds with Achilles.
Okay. I'm gonna see if I got a good answer for you. Um, okay, let's see here. Let's think. We pray. Have a little moment. Let's think. I'll say as you pray. You are going to see statues. See the marble statue of an armor-clad god with a plumed helmet, not unlike Achilles. A long cloak, spear, a breathtaking warrior of violence and carnage. And behind him are bronze-clad banners of sort of a shield with a spear over it with that sort of plumed helmet before. You would know this to be the symbol and the likeness of Ares, the Lord of Carnage, the lover of Aphrodite. You see, almost like you're, if you will, you're seeing this sort of like this grand worship of this like warrior god, and your vision almost like turns to see sort of a similar setting, but it is very stark opposite, where you see, you know, flowers, greenery, marble, gentleness, and the marble statue of the nude, beautiful goddess Aphrodite. And as you sort of come forth, or come back to see the entire scene, sort of two statues looking at one another, you see the banners of Ares burn. And you see the spear the statue is holding kind of suddenly, similar to sort of like Philosopher's Stone Harry Potter, when checkmate, the spear just falls on the ground as the warlord drops his spear before her. I want you to make an insight check to try and understand this moment. Or a religion check, either one, your choice.
That is a dirty 20.
320. There's some very clear symbolism here. It's sort of the story of Aphrodite and Ares, where Ares is the great warlord of the gods. He's the lord of carnage and battle. But before Aphrodite, it all falls away. Ares is great, and first love is war, battle, carnage, much like Sayeed. His great first love, if you would call it that, is Vlaakith, that represents war and carnage and rage and all of these things. But in this moment, you note Ares loves war and battle, but it is not a romantic love that he has with war and battle and rage and all of these things. It is part of it. Much the same, Saeed's love for Vlaakith is love that a soldier may have for his country, or a priest may have for their god, but it is not a romantic love. The romantic love that Ares has is spent on Aphrodite, she who represents love. And it challenges you to see the truth of his devotion. That his devotion may be to Vlaakith, but larger than that, to war and to might and to strength and to, the Githyanki way, the philosophies has been, as you all very well know, he's been sort of ingrained into his mind since birth and all the hundreds of years he's been alive on the astral sea. But it's not a romantic love. As the spear falls and points at Aphrodite and sharpened to tip, as if asking you to sharpen your desires, or to sharpen his, to help both of you understand what exactly it is you truly crave in the essence of the Epiphanies. Where does the spear truly point? Where is it all sharpened towards? And while Ares surrenders and his spear falls, Aphrodite is unmoved. She remains large and beautiful. She does not surrender to her own power. It bids you not surrender. Do not allow love to bring you to surrender. Don't let it bring you to your knees. It is a great and powerful thing. And be strong with it, to push forward with it. But as she poses gracefully. Not like Ares does, not as a conqueror, but as something gentle. Something that isn't of conquest. Something affectionate. For love is affectionate and not a conquest. And she bids you take these things, these pieces of knowledge, that to use affection and not conquest, in the pursuit of love, to not surrender before resistance. Love is a powerful thing, but requires will. To sharpen your own desires, to know what it is truly your desires are pointed towards and what his are pointed towards, and help maybe him see that too. That his love for Vlaakith goes beyond the person, goes beyond the Witch Queen herself. So that if you can help him see the truth of his desires, maybe love will prevail. As long as it is firm, but not conquering. Awaken with these omens.
Well, braid my hair, put my shit together, find the crew, and then eventually find him again.
Okay. Just for fun, I'll leave you with a sort of final quote, like as you awaken. Maybe it's something like, and it's the dream thing, right, where you awaken like, did I speak to Aphrodite, or was I imagining this part? But there is a quote, there's words that sort of are left with you from a gentle voice. It says, "Now paint your lips with courage, anoint your wrists with patience, and step into the torchlight. If he lifts his gaze from the warlord's plume to the glow of your eyes, then love is chosen its general. It's you, not. I have other dances awaiting your feet."
Scratch all that. She goes to Talia first.
La la la, I'm Valley, I'm so pretty. You certainly do find Thalia, who is like been pretty like out at the stars ever since Elysium. She goes, "Oh, Bisan, how are you?"
To the best of her ability, she's just going to spew what she remembers of that last bit of the dream
Okay.
and follow it with Aphrodite says I need lipstick and maybe a little mascara.
she giggles. She says, "I think she was being metaphorical." I mean, we can if you want. I mean, no offense at all, but you're very thin. Get a very thin lips. We could try.
I thought you would appreciate the joke.
Oh, that's...
Occasionally I try.
Yeah,
It
you're getting better. It's good. Well, things go well.
so do I. That's the plan though. This is not a plan. She walks and she just goes to wherever. If we're gonna team meet or pass it around a little bit before.
Sure. Arendelle said he didn't have much to do. Etherith, did you have anything you want to do? We'll see if this is the last Sayeed interaction before Wrath. But is there anything you wanted to do, Etherith? Or Arendelle, if you decided to do something you want?
No.
I think I'll.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll. Bit of a change. I'll try and get up the morale of the crew as Bisan did.
Okay. Excellent.
Just walking around, giving them a bit of a pep talk and just saying how well they've done, and we're really appreciative of their work and what they're putting in, and we understand that they're putting themselves on the line just as much.
All right. Give me a persuasion or intimidation.
See now.
Intimidation doesn't necessarily mean you're being,
No.
you know, it could mean you're just being like mighty or being like tough in character and like inspiring them through your own courage, right?
So 25.
25. You tell them the story of your journeys in the underworld of Elysium. You show them around. You show them the horn. You tell them of the valor and courage. You tell them the stakes. You tell them like why. Remind them why they're doing this and why they're risking it all. You remind them that like heroes and gods have your back, and that you're not afraid. And it is through your confidence, your courage, that you're able to not just sort of stop the bleeding like Bisan did, but maybe even inspire some like, okay, we can do this, and I'll put you to 1 quality point with your crew. You bump them up to 1, which is excellent. You got a couple of days. You got 2 days, so I'm going to give you the 2. Bisan did the triage. You did the the remedy, so shall we say. So you've got 2 points, which is, getting safe. And you see their confidence sort of coming back. And it's good. It's good to see. Thanks. I'll tell you what. At a certain point, you guys are sitting around. Kalinestra's like sitting there too. And she's like, "So we're not poisoning Githyanki until we're packed with." Sure. Towards Athrith and Arendelle.
No, Bisan said that is not the way she wants to do things.
I just have one other question. Who's Vlaakith?
Yeah, well, according to everybody else, the Lich Queen.
Oh, Lich Queen. Right? That's it. That's just the Lich Queen.
I'm sure for all the power that you have, there is something that we can do.
Against the Lich? Have fought a lich.
A lich with thousands of years worth of souls harvested of the entire species.
Seems like an unnecessary stop march, frankly. I feel like there's other armies out there, you know, like a Rendil, they get over an Armada. Fuck it, we go find the Scroll, for fuck's sakes, you know? They gotta be nicer.
I mean,
This bitch.
we could try feeding Vlaakith herself a potion, but I don't think she'd be fool enough to trust any of us with a suspicious looking potion.
Yeah, I don't know how that goes over, especially considering liches don't eat or drink.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, I know you don't know us, and we've got a Githzerai traveling with us who was like your mortal enemy and all. But drink this! It's for your
A gift.
health. It's a gift. That's funny, it's a gift. Yeah, that might be a tough one. Does anyone have a blowgun? No blowguns? Oh, well, then I'm shit out of ideas. Yeah, if you get me killed, I never talk to you. It seems like
Oh, woe is me. How will I go on?
You found me, all right. You came to me, oh sibling, and now you pretend like you don't give a fuck. It's fine.
How the tables have turned.
Worst. I bet the monkey you were born from was whatever it was, whatever they're called. I bet they were nicer.
Vash?
Yeah. Your daddy. I bet he was nicer. Probably more attractive too.
I mean, he was nice to me, but then I was his responsibility, so I kind of got to. But on the whole, I think he was. I think he wanted to be meaner than he really was.
So you want it to be more like you, is what you're saying?
I think he wanted to be more. Well, I think he felt the weight of the responsibility of dealing with the prophet and wanted to make the hard decisions, but couldn't.
I bet he was nicer. But he would have given me the time of day. No. Didn't just come around, oh, Canestra, can you make me a potion to deceive Village Queen? Right. Go about their life and exist. It's fine. Better be careful, Beth. You should be nice to me. Maybe I'll skip you. Something.
Well, imagine if Vash was around, he'd probably be far more reverent of you.
Oh. I mean, reverence isn't the worst, I suppose. Well, I'm gonna go make a horrible concoction. Slip it to somebody. Kind of raises her eyebrows that you can get something.
I've got a crew full of people who don't, including yourself, who don't have a home anymore. Try not to make their lives even worse.
I would not punish people who have not done anything wrong by me. You haven't done anything wrong by me lately, have you, Linda?
Not that I know of.
He looks. You know what? Let's do a deception check.
Yeah.
So imagine maybe something flashes across your brain.
Can I impose disadvantage by being non-helpful?
How?
Jesus.
I'm just gonna glance 3 times, a really obvious glance at her to
I
Well, it
will.
worked.
I guess
I don't think I'm gonna give you disadvantage for
am I
that.
am I helping like Lister by like being like
Oh, you're terrible. Okay, sure, fine. Go ahead. I'll tell you what. I will give her an active insight,
yeah,
and I will give that advantage. You may go ahead and
sure.
roll straight deception on it though.
Oh, it was an 8 anyway, so
Oh.
it's fine.
Yeah, she says that like like almost as a joke, as if to like Coroner Etherith. Because like you haven't done anything bad. I mean, they have you, Rendil. Like what? And you look at him like 3 times, Etherith. She's like, why'd you say it like that? Why'd you say it like that, Rendil?
Okay, well, look, I was down. So it wasn't consensual.
Excuse me.
Dahlia may have healed me, but the way that she has to heal is by kissing. So
She
again,
like glazes over.
I was on the floor. Again,
You were on the floor when she.
I was out cold, down, unconscious. I had no.
Just had to get on top of me, perhaps, and just flinch.
He didn't put away, lad.
she goes, let's just walks down the hallway from the mess hall wherever you guys are. You hear like full like Family Guy style, just like you bitch, what? He's like, what are you doing? You bitch! Just like this huge magical cat fight.
I'll just look over and just say, shall we intervene or no? I don't think so. Okay.
No, I'm perfectly happy with this current situation. Everything is going right. The Aphrodite priest is unhappy. My sister is beating her up. You're in an awkward position, so honestly, I am just peachy. Everyone just walk out with like a little springless.
I'll be honest. I think like maybe you're leaning back at it, and I think like maybe to your dissatisfaction, you hear Thalia kind of like laughing a little bit, like to the like Calinestra's like she's fucking out to get her. Like you can hear the sounds of Calinestra, but like and Thalia's like running. It's like that sibling thing where like one sibling's like trying to beat the shit out of the other, and they're just kind of laughing as they're like running through the house, storming through the. It's kind of this fight where I think Thalia knew it was coming, and that was just kind of funny. And but it sounds near lethal. Whatever Calinestra's trying to do. Your Eldritch Blast's going off and everything.
I'm going to sleep because I'm so tapped out of magic, you have no idea.
The sounds of discord just flow to sleep.
Yeah, Aranda will do the same because he's
Cool.
still on 1 hit point, so I need to sleep.
Yeah,
Thanks very much.
Yeah, you guys just go to sleep. I think everyone for the rest of the day is going to tune her out to do like maybe this. You know what? I'm gonna actually give you guys a crew quality point as the crew's sort of nervousness has turned from Vlaakith and Tunerat to Calinestra herself as she like walks down the hall, like, almost floats down the hall like grudge style, like feet across the ground, and people are just like getting out of her way. Thalia's trying to make herself a little not as well seen. It's trying to stay away from you as a Rendell, but for the next day there's this huge tension of like, don't say anything to Calinestra, she might blow a hole in your chest. So the distraction seems to amuse and distract the people from impending doom.
Good. I'm glad my misery helped.
All right.
King who will suffer for his crew.
The king who will suffer for his crew, that's right. So, Bisan, let's get this last one out of the way before Tunarak. So, you go find Sayeed. He's been generally kind of sticking to the outside of the ship at this point, kind of just laying up there. He'll go inside to sleep, and people give him a wide berth. There is a sort of... He's kind of... If we're talking Sith, you know, he's got like the yellow eyes now. You know what I mean? Like he's like the interaction between you two is like ignited some more concentrated rage in him. People give him a berth as he picks a bedroll. But anyway, you find him in his usual spot outside with his dragon. And he it's like almost like a if he could grind his teeth, maybe he would as you sort of approach. He says something that looks very mean to his red dragon, who kind of turns and crawls across the side of the ship to some other part of the ship, away from your two interaction. He turns back to you and says, "What do you want now? Come to play more tricks? Is that it?"
Can we sit?
I do not feel much like sitting. What is it that you want?
Suit yourself. And she's going to sit down with her back against the thing and just kind of look out at the stars.
And he is kind of... Because he's a rage guy. And as you take his rage and just kind of and just sit down and kind of chill out, he looks genuinely confused. Like, oh, she didn't rise. I didn't get a rise on her. So you sit, and he kind of looks like a little not sure what to do next.
So what does tomorrow look like for you?
I am certain the Yankee war parties will intercept us long before we get anywhere near to North. And we will be brought before Vlaakith.
Okay.
All Yankee knights are called to Vlaakith, and I have not returned to Tunarath since I claimed my silver sword. So, I will have audience regardless.
It's been a long time coming then.
Yes. I fought for many decades to earn this blade.
How old are you?
I do not know. Perhaps things. Perhaps about 2 centuries. I do not keep track. It's difficult to keep track in the astral sea.
She smiles. It's like,
Why are
oh.
you smiling?
I'm 23.
Yes, I am aware you Githzerai are slower.
I heard a story about Tunarak that the Githyanki are really gifted artists, that there are statues and artwork that are extraordinary.
Tunarath is filled with many idle hobbies, the result of them.
You ever have one?
All Githyanki are commanded to have one.
I have not had centuries to learn anything, but I like to draw. And she's gonna open her sketchbook. And you'll see a number of pictures of Sayeed and different perspectives. Sayeed with his dragon, and some of them are like this little chibi style. Like whenever they're arguing, it's always little chibi Sayeed and chibi Bisan that are arguing.
Why have you made me look like this? I do not have such round features.
No. But you were angry. You're cute when you're angry. She puts her head down.
He looks away, kind of crumbles. That's worst. What is... You waste your time with me.
Why? I mean, according to you, I only have like a number of hours to waste. Why not waste them with you?
He's like bewildered. I've threatened to turn you over to Vlaakith, and you wish to pass time with me? You are a mad creature.
Yes. We agree on that.
Yeah, he looks just uncomfortable in his confusion. I think with your new power, you definitely have felt that sort of vibrating, red hot anger around him, especially since your confrontation on the bridge. And it kind of recedes. You feel it sort of receding closer to him. It's not so powerful that it can have such a presence. And it seems to be overlaid by something else. Or is being contracted by something else. Confusion, perhaps, something else. You are foolish to waste your time here with me.
It is my time to waste. And I'm going to have a meeting with an individual who will almost certainly have my head. So, clearly I am also foolish.
I have enjoyed fighting beside you, and I will not relish your death. He kind of and he leaves. He kind of turns and dips his head and kind of puts distance between you and him, speedily, with some measure of desperation.
I guess I'm gonna sit here and draw probably a chibi, the two of them in that scene right there.
Yeah. You got the
Little hearts around her.
The little blushy like cheek things for Saeed. I don't imagine Githyanki can blush considering their strange skin tones, but you suspect he probably would be if he. The thing that Arendil does when he's around Calanestra, yes, he'd probably do that. Yes, you're certain of it. When his face goes red. With that, you, Bisan, sort of look out at the stars and see all of this astral power, the flow itself, beginning to thin as you notice the ship is moving closer to the edge, the brink of it, and the stars begin to move slower. Still, well within this sort of flow, the stars streak across the sky as you travel past solar systems with immense speed. And as you exit, they slow to a sort of quickly parting tapestry. And you know that you are close. All of you should have had a long rest by now. Tunarath approaches. Is there any final things you'd like to say, do, word shared? As Arian simply puts forth, final approach to Gulp Tunarath. Like Zoink Scoop.
Yeah, like Zoinks.
Pray to whatever gods you hold dear.
Jeez.
Perhaps the collective will save us.
Bisan would take time to pray, and probably go hug Talia.
She hugs you back, Bisan, and says, Aphrodite walks with you. So, stay true to yourself. If you can stay true to yourself and this path you've chosen before Vlaakith herself, then there's nothing that can stand in your way. There's nothing that could drive you from your path ever again. This is your greatest test, I believe.
Let it be done.
Let it be done. Just now I have to go run away because I hear Kellis. Athrith, you pray to your god.
Oh yeah, I definitely in this situation, like I hope you're watching, Mother. This will be, well, I'm sure there are countless paths where we're destroyed upon arrival, but perhaps we'll be lucky. And we'll walk the path where we get out of this alive.
Brenda? Do you pray to Zeus? No?
Yeah, I think they will have a quiet. I think it would just be more of not pray for help, but just for guidance and strength to make the right decisions and dispense justice in the correct way, I think.
There is a part of you that when you pray to Zeus, there is some measure of, like, on behalf of him, like, you know Zeus is a god of justice. He's the king of kings because he's the greatest of all kings. He's just. He is the wrathful when he needs to be. He balances all things. He's known as the Great Balancer.
Mhm.
This queen, while you expect and you think on Zeus and how he might feel about Vlaakith, there may be some respect for all she has accomplished, but she is far from the great monarch that he would wish upon the world. It is balanced even within. Zeus has had champions who are not always just. He has had sons and children who are not always great. But you do know from what you've been told that he does not admire his son Ares, the god of war, bloodlust, rage, as he reflects his own temper. And he is not a god of unmeaning wrath, or does not wish to be. And so Vlaakith is not a monarch under Zeus's protection or championship, or a god he would look on. Well, Vlaakith is something very much that defiles what he would wish of a great monarch.
Mhm.
So while there is respect for her accomplishment, she is profane in his eyes. With that, you are going to see the following in the distance as your ship drops out of cruise speed. Outpost in the Zoom chat. Oh, me, it's a web thing. Okay, you have to. Sorry. Never know. Yeah, get shut off. Transfer it if you guys want. Quick. Yeah, not quick. I can post these. I don't know if these from the Spelljammer. Okay. There we go. Oh my god, can you see this? Okay. Can you guys... I put it in the Zoom chat. Are you guys able to view it? Or do you need another picture?
See it.
Okay. You guys see Tunaroth. To you, Bisan, regardless of whatever confidence you may have had, growing up, this is hell. This is hell to you. You know, this is like Nazi Germany, fucking Berlin. You know what I mean? This is the epitome of, aside from the Mind Flayers, this is probably the next worst thing. You see this massive city built on the back of a dead six-armed god. Orion say, I heard an old wizard speak once about Tunaroth. He said, Tunaroth is not a heaven to the Githyanki. It is a place of even apathy and frustration to them, which in turn manifests as fog, which clears only when the Githyanki get ready for war. And you will note Tunaroth, there is no fog around Tunaroth. It is a floating mass, stony moats, drifting bergs. The entire surface is covered in black citadels, brimming with fortresses and towers, all the way down each arm and even onto the head. And holding on by a chain to the head is what seems to be a floating citadel palace, the seat of Vlaakith's power. But before you can get too close, this ship sort of emerges from the sea. You see this massive Githyanki raider skiff sort of jump closer to your ship and appear. out on the nose of your ship, on the back of his dragon, Sayeed lifts his blade into the air. He says, "To the Vlaakith Chirik, to the Vlaakith Taviki, to the Vlaakith Lashakla." And you hear sort of resounding from the back of these ships, to the Vlaakith Lashakla. And you're going to see harpoons shot at your ship that pierce through the hull and hook, binding you to the side of their ship. Githyanki warriors will sort of float through the air towards your ship. Yes?
What about the shield generator?
The shield generator. That is a very good point. They boing, 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 bounce off. That's what they do. Off the side of your ship. Saeed continues to shout something in the Githya language, which, Bisan, you're making out bits and pieces. You're inside the ship, but essentially saying something along the lines of like, I've subjugated these prisoners willingly for the glory of Vlaakith. Come aboard and take them prisoner for what they are. To which you would see like a large host of Githyanki appear from the back of the ship, maybe like 3 dozen Githyanki warriors, just sort of with the power of their minds, float towards your ship. Your shield will protect you against projectiles and weapons, but not against people. Sort of in a doom shield kind of way. It's a slow blade that kills kind of thing. They come onto your ship, and do you submit? Do you tell your crew to submit? You're muted.
Muted.
I looked at Bisan because I do not understand Gith.
Captain, we can't fight our way in here, right?
I'm going to I don't think we have a choice. Fine, we submit.
It is very much not a asking scenario. You guys have a quick moment to decide before they flood into this inside of your ship. Pinning your crew to the floor. It's very much almost like a SWAT raid in a way, where all of you are sort of grappled and grabbed, relieved of weapons and arcane foci, and pinned to the ground, manacled, and taken prisoner, separated and divided. Some of you brought into the officers of you brought into the belly of their own this massive astral skiff, which I don't think is the right word for it, but it's fine. And yeah, they're called planar raiders, actually. That's fun. This planar raider, massive ship, where you guys are all put in separate cells away from one another, put under heavy guard as you feel the ships begin to move closer and closer to Tunarath. After a while, Sayeed will appear with a small honor guard for him as this sort of brave, conquering hero he seems to already be praised as. Comes into the brig and look at the 3 of you. Not bearing a look of deep satisfaction, and will sort of look about and say, "You were right to submit. It would not have been pleasant for the crew to have battled, to have fought. You will be brought before Vlaakith. The rest of your crew will be imprisoned until they are decided what to do with, until your fates have been decided."
Is that concern I detect? You worried about us, Saeed?
He turns and looks at you. He doesn't say anything, but there's not that sort of like that he usually has, right? He just kind of turns and like labels you with a quiet stare. He says, "I would prepare yourselves. Vlaakith is immense."
Well, we're in no position to resist at this point, but I will say, I hope whatever you're at, whatever you want, well, I hope it's worth it.
His exterior is tense. There is conflict. It's clear for any of you to see. And he will leave. He definitely addresses this broadly and will look at you two, Ethridge and Rendell, but he doesn't meet your eye. Bisan, he doesn't seem to be able. Pass through the fine bits. You guys are brought forth as this massive astral ship comes to halt. All of you are sort of brought off and met by the honor guard of Vlaakith, who have been taken directly to the castle. Your ship is gone, your crew is gone, you don't know what's become of them. But all of you been brought directly to the Queen, or to her fortress anyway for now. You see what you would know to be Bisan, Susurrus, the Queen's stronghold. A thick obsidian wall confronts you, oppresses you, and the gate, a massive, tall gate, opens and leads into the interior of the palace. On the path, you pass by a statue of Gith, Mother Gith. And beyond the statue, the path becomes a labyrinth maze, which you find yourself not really able to comprehend. The twists and turns as you make your way, like there's clearly something magical about this that alters your mind, and you're just simply not able to fully understand the pathways of this labyrinth. Clearly a defense mechanism against attackers and visitors from gaining access to the throne room. But alas, you are brought to the throne room. You are brought into this gargantuan hall where essentially you are unmanacled and kind of pushed into the room, and the Gith walk away. There's a very strange. Sayeed will be with you. So this long hall stands before you, and they sort of unlock, kind of nod at Sayeed, and Sayeed will bring you before Vlaakith. He doesn't look at all of you. You see this massive hall, obsidian pillars at the center of this labyrinth you just walked through. You feel the heat from the room and the sort of snarling of dragons, red dragons within. There is a red hue to the room, and at the very deep end of the hall, you can barely make out a figure sitting on a throne of bones. You are meant to walk quickly, meant to walk closer, but you walk quite slow. Who walks towards the throne with a certain level of uncertainty. As you walk beyond these obsidian pillars, you are going to see a great deal. Sorry, as you walk along the hallway, you are going to see warriors. Many warriors. They look to be Githyanki knights like Sayeed is. They all bear silver swords, but there's something about them that's not quite right. They are pale, pallid, and their eyes seem to glimmer red in the darkness. There is something not totally living, something beyond the power of life of these Githyanki knights. And there are many of them. There are dozens and dozens and dozens that linger in the shadows of the throne room, the darkness besides, unsteadily as you walk closer towards the throne of bones. Is there any last words you would like to quietly share on this long walk forward before confronting Vlaakith?
If you can, stay close. Hopefully my auras can help.
It's hard to believe that the fate of perhaps almost everything in existence lies in the judgment of a... Well, I dare not say the words right in front of her.
Well, this is where we are. This is what we need to do. Stand strong. Stand together.
If in all of this time it is possible for Bisan to just brush against Sayeed, just like the backs of her fingers against his. Just once, subtly. That's all.
Would it be fair of me to say that I had cast Mage Armor and Death Ward on me before we got taken? Because it's sort of I can remember to like shit.
It's all good, yeah. No, those are... Yeah, you're good. No problem. You approach the throne, where you are going to see two gargantuan red dragons, ancient, sort of coiled up at the foot of the throne. They kind of hiss, these things of centuries of life, these ancient dragons at the apex of draconic power. These two dragons sort of, you feel the heat of their breath wave against you. Then you feel something more potent. It is only residual, but you all feel the will of Vlaakith demand subjugation. And these two dragons, fearfully, wear their heads down and keep low, and they are quiet before the Lich Queen. These ancient things, two of them together, fear the Lich Queen. You see now Vlaakith on her throne of bones. I felt like she deserved her own name, so I got her. You see her endowed in excellent armor. She is bearing, sort of leaning against her throne, this magnificent sword, which I will start with. It is the finest silvered sword you have ever seen. It has a long hilt. It is a thin blade, but it is a long weapon that would require great strength to wield. Her frame is that you'd expect of any gift woman, which is slender. The strength that has been foretold of Vlaakith does not seem to reflect in her musculature, and her skin does not have that sort of yellow coloration that most do. It is a very pale dark colors. Someone who looks to be indeed beyond life. And the color, the pallid color, is dark or pale. It is black around her eyes. In the gauntness of her cheeks, there is black shadows, but on her skin it is white. She bears a crown of magic gold. She is endowed in many magical items. Very clear to see. Her armor is immaculately made, showing off the slenderness, the curvature of her body. There is almost something revealing to the armor, but still immensely protective and dangerous to behold. Inlaid with rubies across bracers, She's barefoot, and she has a long cloak of white trimmed gold that comes to sort of wicked long ends. She is, despite her thin, pallid appearance and gaunt appearance, there is an eminence and strength about her very appearance. And for her to look upon you is almost Galadriel-esque, but not in the sort of pure way, but in that way where it's like where her eyes look upon you, it's like she knows everything about you. That her silent powers are so immense, her arcane powers so immense that it would be but a fool's luck to try and resist her just passive ability to know all you are by a look, and you feel exposed before her. You feel utterly dominated by under her look. She looks at you dispassionately, cruelly, with the elegance of a queen. She does not seem broiling with anger like Sayeed usually is. She looks at you all with curiosity. Mostly at you, Bisan. She spares a glance for Rendell. She spares a glance for Ethrith. But her eyes linger on Bisan. Words are not said, but she sort of waves her hand, and as she does so, the ground splits just from the pure display of her telekinetic power, residually an earthquake, a small quake under the feet of Etherith and Arendil just split the ground under, and you two find yourselves immediately just bound and thrown against two pillars on the wall, just against the pillars, just in like, what the fuck just happened? I will allow a saving throw, however. The DC is quite high, so let me just ask what your modifiers are for strength.
-1, so I think that's just a fail.
8.
8. There unfortunately isn't saving from either of you, so I will spare you the roll. Just suddenly, just like up against the walls, Rendell, you have enough of a reaction to begin resisting, but it comes too late, and both of you just like hit these pillars, and you feel like almost like gravity is intensified around you. Not enough that it's gonna like kill you, but enough that it's causing you like or take your hit points, but enough that you're like, ugh, and the pillars kind of around you. As it seems that she's disinterested in you. But Sayeed falls to a knee before her, and Bisan, you are there as well. Do you kneel?
No.
Nice. While you two are against the wall, Etherith and Arendil, you haven't just been hit by like a powerful psychic force of telekinetics, but also just like while in her grasp, there is a sort of telepathic thing where you two are both being like slammed with like memories. Like you can feel her in a sort of detect thoughts kind of way moving across your scalp, finding moments of great emotional impact to you and just sort of putting them on display for you. Things you might have suppressed, things you might not have wanted, and you're just kind of there, that's where the head thing's coming from. You're like, as you're being hit with a barrage of like high-powered emotional memories from your past, of people dying, of solemn news, of failed battles, of grief. It's hard to look through, but you're somewhat coherent at the moment, but you are sort of battling this at the same time. It's hard to concentrate. Vlaakith looks down at you, Bisan, and says, "You are no monk, but you are no sovereign either. Is this what you are made to be? Tool? Student? Disappointing." She'll point her finger at you, and the blade will lift into the air and will the silver blade will ignite. You saw Saeed's blade when he was at the epitome of his anger. It began to sort of like barely glow in the qualities of red. Her silver greatsword ignites against the crossguard as well. Ignites into a psionic force that is the same color as your blade. It is that sort of almost like violent reddish purple color that is exactly your color, but it vibrates violently with like, despite all of her calm and this passion, anything under the surface, her mastery of the darkness of her emotions shows in her blade, as the Sunblade is not an elegant beam, it is a violent, vibrating force across the end of the sword. And she'll send it upon you. Comes flying at you. Oh no, hang on, hold up. As it's sort of floating there, you'll see the hilt of your blade sort of float in her hand, and she will send it to you, and she'll give you your blade, and then send her sword flying at you. So I want you to roll initiative, Vlaakith. What you got?
Hold on. Okay, I'm adding it up. So it's a 13 on the dice plus 5 is 18. Because that's my initiative, plus 3 from the thing is, or I'm going to activate the thing with 3 points. 21. Sorry, math.
No worries. 21.
Speed of thought.
You will beat Vlaakith in the initiative as her sword comes flying at you. What do you wish to do?
Well, I would definitely like to not get my head cut off by the sword.
That's fair. I can see that being something.
So I imagine I'm going to parry the blade and say, "Are you prepared for Savasik? Surely you know what comes for your planet."
Oh, sweet! It loaded so fast. Damn, this is a good computer after all. She says to you. She says, "Do we seem unprepared? It is you who should be careful here, child." What do you do with your action as bonus action?
I'm so close to Sayeed, right? He's still kneeling next to me.
Yep, he does not move as the blade comes flying.
No, that's cool. I just want to stay kind of close enough to parry the blade away from him as well.
So when you say parry, are you taking the dodge action? Like, what's the...
Yeah, I guess right now I'm going to take the dodge action and actually ask one last question is, do you know what has happened? And are you ready for it?
Yeah, and she'll answer on her turn. She'll say, "A foolish question. You're looking too far ahead, child. You might just lose your head." The blade will come flying at you. This will be a disadvantage because you sort of take that warrior stance, blade ahead of you, prepared to do what you can to avoid it. It is very good you took the dodge action. I will say, there are, as this blade of fire flies at you, and you're battling with it, there's a part of you that is probably horrified by it because of it being such a horrifically powered psionic weapon as you have ever seen. And it does have vorpal qualities, like a red does. That will be a 24 to hit. A disadvantage.
Shield.
The blade, you try and block it, and it comes short and like is going for your throat, and you like manage to just put enough of a barrier around yourself that you're able to back it off of you. The blade comes around and is coming for you again. You avoid getting your head cut off because you cast dodge, because you dodged. Congratulations on not dying.
I know.
That's going to be a 23 to hit, which I think with the shield will protect you. So I will say, just for the sake of flavor, the shield sort of helps you kind of, you know what? Shield, in this context, just for fun, is going to be like, you gain like a moment of, it grants you like a couple of seconds of precognition. It allows you to just barely glimpse into the future actions of the person you're fighting. And you're able to block twice as the blade comes around at you. Vlaakith will say to you, let's just say to you. She'll say, yes. You still do fight like a monk, I suppose. Maybe not, actually. We shall see if you survive. See if you survive what's coming. Your turn.
Yeah, so I am going to continue to take the dodge action. And stay close to Sayeed. And what I'm going to say is, Savasik can drain your planet from a ways off. You'll survive, but I think you'll get awfully hungry. Are you sure you want to be fighting me? We have a common enemy.
He would send you, wouldn't he? Of course he'd send you, child. Of all the people he would deign to save, he would save you, his greatest bargaining chip for this alliance, wouldn't he?
And she will swing the blade twice at you. With your dodge action, I'm just putting it out there, it's helping. It's very much helping. That one is going to be a 23 to hit, with a disadvantage.
That is going to hit now.
Okay. The last one is only going to be an 18 with a disadvantage. You managed to block that one, but the other one comes around. And that is going to be... That's going to be 20 slashing damage. And... it's going to be 27 second reduced by half because you so 13 second damage. As the blade hits you, you are assaulted similarly to your friends right now, by psionic wrath as you face moments of you face the moment in the cockpit where you goaded Sayeed and his anger took over and your frustrations with him took over. And this path you have chosen, you gave into emotion a little bit. And this sort of moment overcomes you, and you feel in the moment of that emotion, of that frustration, of that anger at Sayeed. I want you to make a charisma saving throw.
Am I within 10 feet on this pillar?
You are not. You would be. I'll throw you guys in there so you know where you are if you care to know.
Yeah, I have a feeling this is like it's not bad. I just don't think it's going to do it based on that strength save. You said a charisma save. It's a dirty 20. But
Dirty 20 will say.
oh, sorry.
This is less about Vlaakith's power over you and more about your power over yourself. These visions. I got to throw it in there so he knows. So you're able. So as this basically this impression of the emotions you felt in the past come to you, you're able to maintain. Well, you tell me. What is Bisan feeling? As you are very aware by now, feeling is very important to your experience as a psionic. So what are you embracing? What feelings are you feeling? Or trying to feel?
I think she's really trying to tie into love. To tie into it's the only thing that she can think of that's going to literally save the rest of her race. Because if this chick won't figure it out, that's still literally the rest of her race that's about to die.
Tap in, so your anger for Sayeed recedes as you maybe use Sayeed himself as an emotional anchor. And you're able to overcome it and kind of are filled with this, not rage, but that sort of, but more like a passion, a protective passion, if you know what I mean. Not overwhelmingly so, but one that fills you with purpose. Vlaakith from her throne watches you with great curiosity. Not with surprise, but with curiosity. You do fights how I would not have expected him to have trained you to fight. I'm surprised he did not make you his great disciple, but then again, it would make sense he chose you to find your own strange path. It's your turn.
We are going to continue to dodge because I don't think I'm going to hit this chick right now.
In a narratively very interesting moment, it is all you can do to hold at bay the psionic power and finesse of Vlaakith. Just merely holding back a defense is all you can do. Your defense is very good, and it's going to be an 18 on that next attack coming in. You once more coming for your head, but dodge action. Disadvantages is the nat 20 that would have killed you. You are standing in a flurry of blows that would have threatened to take your life, and you are like there is a tenseness to this where you're trying to control your emotions, but you know you are at any given blow you are seconds away from immediate death. The next blow is 22.
Beats it.
You're gonna take it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She pulls those. It's gonna be 6, 4, 8, 9. It's gonna be 18 slashing damage.
Whew.
That is going to be 25 psychic damage. reduced to 12 psychic damage. You are once more hit with this powerful wave of telepathic power where you are brought to the moment where Lunarbow, Captain Lunarbow, your original captain, the mind flare where Lunarbow dropped his mace and put up his hands to protect you and no one else. You saw your life under threat with the mind flare's jaw around the back of your skull. He dropped his mace to protect you, and ruthlessly, the prophet severed his head and it rolled across the deck. You are responsible for Lunarbow's death. And that rage and that grief and that anger comes at you like a wave. Go ahead and make a charisma save.
16.
16. You are going to gain 1 rage point. This is essentially like this emotion comes to you, Bisan, it does overwhelm you to a degree. This feeling of protectiveness, of love and passion for caring for one another, it turns from defense to anger. Just like a flash of anger. You're not seeing red or anything, but it's this flash of frustration and anger towards the prophet, towards Vlaakith wasting your time. It's just this momentary flash of rage. It is your turn, as Vlaakith kind of continues to watch you curiously and dispassionately.
Oh, we're going to stay with the dodge action. But she is going to make sure that she is physically between herself, like the sword, and Sayeed.
She squints her eyes at that. The blade is coming around for another attack and then just kind of remains still in front of you and kind of stops its assault. You're like having this moment of breath and anger, and Vlaakith stands. She goes, Good. And she will walk up to you. She'll say, I have seen your plan to bring this man that you love to be Vlaakith's land. So, Bisan, if you be this warrior of good and compassion and care, remove me. Remove me from the astral plane and supplant a more loyal Vlaakith. Strike me with your hate. Sever your weakness. Free the Githyanki people from their indoctrination. Strike me now for all I have done to our people.
So you admit it?
She says, Strike me dead. For all you believe in and all you believe I have done. For all the justice of the astral plane, save thousands from the raids and warring of the Githyanki and lead them to this better future. Strike!
Did you hear what she said, Sayeed?
I want you to make me a wisdom saving throw. You have this 1 rage point. It's an emotional moment. Make me a wisdom save.
Ooh, all right. That is a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. There is this moment where she has opened herself vulnerably to you, where you do feel that momentary anger pointed at the prophet, sort of, you feel that, like, your body tense to strike, but you push through it, you breathe through it, and you return to this feeling of protective love for the Gith people, as you will not strike her down. Vlaakith brings her arms down, dissatisfied, and looks at you a little bit more seriously than curious. And she goes, perhaps there is more of your father than I thought. Should I burn him out of you?
You are wasting time, and I don't have to be an enemy. The prophet has taken Kryn.
You should have learned by now to defend yourself first.
And the blade not doing anything, now just a battle of telepathic oppression. She forces her will into you, and it is like a planet being dropped on your mind. I need you to roll a contested roll against Vlaakith. Mind versus mind. I need you to make an intelligence psionic check. Well, you're
Wisdom based, but that's okay.
No. So then it's wisdom. Do wisdom, because your power over psionics comes from your emotional awareness, rather than your intellectual serenity or your angry passion. So yes, wisdom.
That's a 30-20. All things added to it.
20, all things added to it?
Yeah.
Excellent. 20, all things added. So, no. In this moment, you sort of retract, and you're able to just, for a moment, as this wave of like a planet comes to shatter your mind, you are just able to put up a psionic defensive barrier enough. As it's hit by it, there is it's like it's like somebody taking a hammer to a mirror, and it just cracking, not falling apart yet, but just cracked into shards. And as it does so, a slip of Vlaakith's mind flows through the cracks and into you, and you understand in this moment that Vlaakith her immortality is fed by the Gith souls of her greatest warriors. It is the Githyanki Knights that she feasts upon to maintain her lichdom, which has made her grow immensely powerful, even more so than any witch, regardless of her martial prowess or psionic knowledge. And you understand that in this moment, as that bit of her inner working slips through your barrier.
You're eating them. You feed off of your knights.
She cocks an eyebrow and says, yes, most interesting. And she brings another wave down upon you. Roll again. This is a 2 out of 3 situation.
Well, that one is definitely not going to do it. That is a 12.
She blasts through your barrier, as it takes concentration to say the words that you say aloud rather than be within yourself, and you kind of make that mistake where you're kind of trying to negotiate the situation externally, and she takes advantage of that and destroys any psychic barriers you may have. You are at half hit points. This next one is for all the marbles.
Fight if you dare. Give in to your rage. It will help you survive this.
Now there is a choice, Bisan. If you give in to anger, I will give you advantage.
If I give in to anger, it's all over anyway.
Okay. Give me that wisdom.
All right. That is an 18.
18. She just again hammers down on you like a second planet landing on top of you. You are at 1 hit point, and you fall to your knees, but you do not give in. And the mental assault finally, thank the fucking gods, ends. And she approaches you as the blade floats beside her. You're sort of there huffing on the ground, but the thing you do notice about Sayeed is that he hasn't changed his posture, but his eyes are looking at the Vlaakith. He is meeting her eyes. She looks over at Sayeed. Says, "You would challenge me, new knight. Do you not approve of the way you have been led? You would prefer to follow this woman that you love. I see it in your conflict. Will you not fight for her?" And Sayeed sort of snarls and he's gonna go and swing at Vlaakith. As he swings at Vlaakith, he swings hard and he swings as fast as he can. He swings hard, and it one, she manages to get around. 2, she throws a shield and it hits. The third one does manage to actually capture. She takes it. And it's like, yes. She looks down at you, Bisan, and says, "Very good." And she casts Disintegrate. 1 second. Sayeed fails the saving throw, not expecting it. Oh, you know what? No, I'm gonna take it back. She's just gonna be a little bit more mean about this. It's not gonna be that quick. She casts Immolation on Sayeed, and he suddenly ignites in psychic flame and sort of screams and almost like kind of moving about against the walls, like throwing himself on the ground, trying to put it out. But it is held by the concentration of Vlaakith. And she sort of walks up to you. Bisan stands over you. She says, "Ask me nicely, and I will not kill him. And more."
Because now she's hurt someone other than Bisan. So if I've had the blade in my hand this entire time, I'm just gonna strike.
Okay. Give me some strikes.
I've got 1 hit point, so this is it, guys. Okay, that is a...
Are you... Now, I gotta ask something. You are lashing out of Vlaakith. Is this in rage? If it is, you'll have advantage on these strikes. But as she emulates Sayeed, as he is engulfed in flames, is this out of rage? You strike. You give in.
No.
Sit there, you grit your teeth, your head hung, you take it, and his screams stop, and so does the flame, and you hear him huff. He lays on the ground in the middle of the throne.
She looks down at you. She says, I am impressed, Bisan. What does he call it? What last name did he lie to you with?
Isandro.
You have found your own way. You are what the gift must become. I see, daughter. And that's for one session.
Vomit. What?
Mummy.
Mom.
Mommy.
Mom.
Mommy.
Mommy.
I realized something while plotting all of this. That it would be so obvious to do a Darth Vader. But I something inside me told me none of you would see it coming. So I had to do it.
In point
That's
of
cool.
fact, they're hatched.
Yep.
And they're not really raised by mom and dad. They're raised communally. So they don't have those kinds of relationships. That's wild.
Mm.
Yep.
But the
We
same
will-
color blade was wild too.
Yes.
Like mother, like daughter.
Oh.
Well, we will address this revelation next session. But Bisan, take inspiration. You, despite everything, resisted the temptation to give in to anger and held true to your beliefs in your new power.
Yes, well done.
And she did say it. I mean, it's implied, but you know, Vlaakith you have impressed Vlaakith enough that perhaps things might go your way. I will say,
Hit point. I have 1 hit point.
yep. Well, yeah, your losing the psychic battle wasn't necessarily like sure, it's your physical defeat. It's not necessarily you're losing this trial, right? Everyone level up. Why not? We're just fucking milking them,
Yes.
baby. That's the Githyanki arc, and we will that sort of Githyanki confrontation, and we obviously have some things to discuss next session and things with the Githyanki, but the final battle is around the corner, folks. It's right around the corner.
That was hard work. Not being able to do anything or not help. That was.
I know. I'm sorry, fellas. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's wild. That's wild. Okay. Listen, that was great.